In this video, we'll find out how to create and launch a test on Testapic. Once you're connected, you will see the Testapic homepage. In it, you will be able to find training resources such as articles or example of protocols. To create a test, I will start by going to the Test tab and clicking on the Create a Test button. First, you have to complete the information page, which allows you to set up the test. To begin, give your test a title. Its name will only be visible to the administrators, and it will allow you to easily recognize it among all of your tests. Indicate, for example, the type of test, the subject, or the target of the test. Then, select the type of test wanted. Here, for example, you will notice that a minimum quota is required for each type of test in order to guarantee reliable results. Finally, select the desired test medium. You can only choose one medium per test silo. If you want to test your interface on a computer and on a mobile, you will need to create two separated tests. Since you will be connected to your account, you will see a company's name and your name will be displayed as soon as you arrive on the page. There are still two pieces of information to be completed. The test name, that will be displayed in the tester's personal space, and the test scenario, which will be displayed in the content of the invitation email. Do not hesitate to offer an attractive content to the testers to maximize your chances of reaching your quota quickly. In addition, the tester's compensation is adapted automatically according to the type of test selected. €7 for a video test, €3 for questionnaire, and €2 for a survey. Now that all the test information has been completed, we can move on to the creation of the task. We are now going to create a task for a desktop video test. When you click on the Create a Task button, the task settings page is displayed. As with other elements of the interface, a help section is available in the corner of strategic elements, such as here, Task Description. In the task description, you can indicate the question to be asked to the testers, who will answer it orally. You can personalize the text by choosing bold letters, choosing the color and typography, for example, in order to make the reading of the task more fluid. In order to communicate the URL to be tested at the beginning of the task, you just need to integrate it directly into the first task as follows. Once your task has been saved, you can preview it by using the button dedicated to it. We recommend you to preview the task once you have finished all of them. Thus, the task for a video test will be accessible at the Testapic extension. If you want the testers to have access to the site to be tested by incorporating this button, you just need to put the link on the page of your very first task. In the same way, we are now going to create a video task for a mobile. The steps remain the same. We will integrate our text directly into the task. We advise you not to insert an image within the task, due to the risk of the image not being displayed correctly depending on the type of phone. A particularity about the preview on a mobile is that, in real testing conditions, a flashcode will have to be scanned in order to display the test directly on the phone. We will now use the example of the creation of a task for a questionnaire on a desktop. You will find a description field which was presented previously. The Elements option will allow you to configure the element to be tested in your questionnaire, URL, image. For each of these options, you have the possibility of choosing the displaying time of the elements. In the URL section, you have several comparison functionalities that will allow you to split your screen in two to test two interfaces simultaneously, for A/B testing, for example, or benchmark. Let's now move on to the type of answers. Several types of closed answers are possible for questionnaire, such as multiple checkbox, single choice, table, Likert scale, multiple choice list, drop-down list, and sorting. A preview of the final product of the answers is available when you pass the mouse over it. Depending on the type of question, for example, on a multiple choice question, it is possible to modify the order in which the answers are displayed to the testers. This could be relevant if you want to neutralize the order bias. Last option on the answers, choice of colors. This is a feature that is only useful to prepare the analysis of your future graph. It is not available for the testers. This will allow you to assign colors associated with positive or negative results, for example. To save time when creating the questions, you could import the response all at once, use an existing response template, or import a response format from another task. Finally, you can add an optional value that will allow the tester to personalize his answer if it doesn't find any answer that suits him among the different propositions. Next, the comment field. This one can be made mandatory for the tester with a minimum of 50 characters expected. You can then save your task and preview the final product. In the same way, we are now going to create a questionnaire task for a mobile. The steps are the same. We will integrate all tasks, the element to be analyzed, such as URL or image in mobile format. You should know that for a mobile questionnaire, the tester will have to see the questions on a desktop and copy a QR code to analyze the desired elements. Click on the Verify button to have a QR code generated automatically from the URL given. We will then choose the types of answers and the comments field. Once you have created several tasks, you can click on the Task button in order to have a preview of all the tasks created. Different views are possible: unfolded or folded task by default, grid or list layout. Here you have the possibility of entering a task, using the Edit button, preview it, or duplicate the task. If you have several tasks, you can also move a task to change the order in which they are displayed. Once all the tasks have been done, I will move on to the targeting part. This part has two sections. At the top of the page, country, test language, filled out automatically according to what you indicate in the information space. Origin of the panel, Testapic. Last option, excluding testers who have already been solicited for the previous test launch under your name. We gave the example of two silos earlier, mobile and desktop. In this case, you could exclude the testers who have already been solicited for a mobile test in order to guarantee originality on the results. At the bottom, the automatic targeting space. You will find sub-criteria available within each criterion. Different values to indicate, such as age, gender for example, the possibility of adding percentages, to exclude segments, for example to exclude a certain age group. Let's see an example. In my targeting example, the tester who will do the test will be between 20 and 60 years old, but most of them will be between 20 and 40 years old. There will be equal share between genders. Please note that the percentage distribution of the sub-criteria allows you to distribute the test assignments. However, this predefined distribution will always depend on the responsiveness of the testers. If you need a specific distribution of your target, we recommend creating two separated test silos. Do not worry, the really noticeable imbalances are occasional. Once I have filled out the criteria, I will click on the Verify the Targeting button in order to launch a verification of the database to make sure that my targeting is compatible with the quotas. The calculation is in progress. Once the calculation is done and validated, I can save it in order to move on to the campaign stage. The last step in the creation of my test is the campaign stage. First, I can personalize the email template that the testers will receive through the customs version. Here, I can rename my test to display it in the subject of the mail, always making sure to keep the test ID. The rest of the email is filled out automatically with the information given in the first step. I do not have to touch it. Second insert, verifying. This is an essential step for the smooth running of the test. The verification phase before launching it. This step is mandatory before launching the test and allows you to unlock the Launch My Campaign button. By playing the pilot test, you will be able to carry out the test under the same conditions as the testers. You have the possibility of adding the people that you want to receive this email through the Add Recipient button. You and your employees will receive the solicitation email as the testers would. The people present on your Testapic account are displayed in a drop-down list. To finish this verification part, the Run the Test button is a preview equivalent to the preview available in the task stage. Finally, the campaign stage. Here, you have the possibility of scheduling the launching of your test in order to launch it at a specific date and time. After launching your campaign, you will have other information or indicators concerning the number of people solicited, the number of people who have opened the solicitation email, the number of people in progress, and those who have completed the test, for example. After the first solicitation email, and if your quota has not been reached, the testers who have not completed the test will be contacted again 3 days after the campaign was launched.